taken by madness.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Taken by Madness. I'm your host, Brett, and we are joined by our guests here, Psychonaut or Silas. Silas?
Yes. Hi.
God dang it. And today we're doing, I got the movie right here, actually. We're doing, Martyrs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is, 2000 and, what year is this? I can't see. I'm so freaking blind.
I think
Say
it was
2008.
2008.
2008,
Yeah.
yeah. So this story is it goes Lucy and it starts off with Lucy and she escapes like a I don't know. I don't even know how to describe that. It's a cult. I know it's a cult, but
Yeah, it's
uh
like a torture den
yeah.
sort of a thing, but it's like a well, it kind of leads you to think that at first maybe it's something more like a snuff kind of a organization or some sort of
Kind of, yeah.
serial killer thing, but then as the movie goes on, it starts to feel more like a cult, like a
Yeah.
religious cult. Yeah.
There- There's really only like two main characters, maybe three-ish with that lady.
Yeah, it's really just Lucy and Anna, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, how's it going? How's it been lately?
Oh,
Before we
good.
get
Yeah.
started. Yeah,
Super
sorry.
super busy. Not as many I've got a little bit of commission work going on, but mostly just doing like brand building stuff, trying to get some stuff knocked out before this September Cinema Wasteland. Yeah.
What do you mean October? So not October?
Yeah, it's late September and I think like the first day of October, yeah.
Oh, did they move the dates or something? Because it used to be like the
Yeah.
first weekend of October, right?
No, it's like the last of September, right
Oh,
into
well, shoot.
October, yeah.
I've been way off. I would have missed the whole thing, so it's a good thing. But yeah, I'm gonna try to go to it, but I'm not gonna promise anything because I don't know if it's worth spending a day there and then going right back home.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that, especially where you're at. Seems like it's going to be way more of a cost to get all the way
Oh yeah,
over there.
it'd be about yeah, it'd be about $400 or $500 just to get over
Yeah,
there.
man. See, for us, it's just closer, so it's a little more convenient. So it's not as much of a sink, to have to deal with.
But you just
That's
drive over there,
partially
don't
why.
you?
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe 3 hours, a little over
Oh,
for us.
that's
It's not
like
too
going to
terrible.
Kansas. It's about going to Kansas City for us.
Yeah.
Well, actually, a little more than that, but anyways, yeah. I've been sick this whole time, pretty much. That's why I haven't
Oh, I
uploaded
feel you, me
anything.
too.
But yeah. Uh, you've been watching wrestling or anything? Are you into wrestling? No,
No, I don't keep up with wrestling or anything. I used to watch it with my dad growing up.
yeah,
He
me
was
too.
super into like The Undertaker and stuff, so that was like my thing. I guess I still kind of like the aesthetic of that. I like the Undertaker, but I don't like keep up with it or anything.
No, I don't either. I think late late 90s, early 2000s maybe, and then I
Hmm.
was done after that. Just went
Yeah.
right to shit pretty much. My opinion. My opinion.
Yeah.
I know I know there's a lot of people that still follow that stuff, but
Yeah. I wasn't actually like ever really that into it. But I liked it because it was like a me and my dad thing. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like he was into it, and so the like following the Undertaker was kind of a fun thing because it like matched some of our like aesthetics growing up.
Yeah.
Like he was tall, long hair guy that was into like heavy music and stuff like that. So it was like that was like his dude. And so it was fun to like do that with him. We went to a few shows and stuff, but it wasn't something I like followed through on as I like started to
Yeah.
get older and develop my own tastes for things.
Excuse me. Uh,
You're good.
yeah, I followed, Stone Cold, obviously.
Hmm.
Kind of can't. Uh, but yeah, Undertaker and all those guys. But once he quit, I was like, I don't really have a reason to follow him anymore, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to. But I guess WrestleMania was, I think it's going on today too. I think.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I guess I don't really know anybody, but my son likes to watch it. But I'm not gonna pay for it because it's freaking expensive as hell.
Hmm.
But I guess we should go back into the movie. That was kind of
Yeah,
a
no
weird
worries.
spot to go, but yeah. So what was I gonna say? Okay, so back. Lucy is trying to get revenge on the people that she was tortured by.
Yeah,
Esque,
yeah.
I guess. I mean, they're
So
tor they're
the
tortured, but like,
movie,
yeah,
yeah, I thought
or
it was just really interesting. The whole the whole conceit of it feels like something that would translate really well to like a graphic novel or
oh yeah,
something.
it does. Yeah,
Like there's a lot of like high concept stuff in there that
there
like I think
is.
is a little harder to sell on film. Not that I think it like does it in a bad way or anything, but like I just can imagine this translating super well to like a comic or a maybe even like one of those like really over the top like gritty like 80s 90s like ovas like those anime movies like the
Oh
really
yeah,
dark ones that they used to make
yeah,
like something like that. It just seems like the kind of concept that's it was kind of surprising to see on film like this because it almost went back and forth between stuff that felt like really like grounded and
yep,
realistic like with some of the violence and all that, and then stuff that was it was almost like something you'd see on like daytime TV. It was almost like
yeah,
soapy in a way. Like some of the
kind of, yeah.
explanations of the like high organization doing the like almost like religious cultish behavior. Yeah. Super interesting.
Well, you know what I didn't get at first? Well, you probably didn't either, but that demon thing that's trying to
Yeah,
stab her and
yeah.
shit. I was like,
I
what the fuck is this?
when I watched this for the podcast, I showed it to my partner Chloe for the first time, and I remember back in the day when I first watched it, like when I rented it from the video store in high school, I was taken aback by that part at first until things kind of came together at the end.
Yeah,
So I actually, because it's so overt, like it's so
yeah,
like it feels as if it's a real presence, I like went ahead and told her. I was just like, just so you know, it's not supernatural. She's
yeah,
just yeah, like she's just having like a trauma response essentially. Like it's like self-mutilation, you know. So
yeah,
and then just because there were so many even in that first fight scene, there are so many parts where it's like she's climbing on her back and doing these things that would be like kind of impossible for
yeah.
her to like do to herself. So you're like, is it real? Is it not? You know?
How would you stab yourself in the back though? Like that?
Right. I mean, I guess you could like lean back and do it,
I
but yeah,
guess.
it's pretty wild some of the angles she's getting.
Yeah, that kind of well, like the first time you see that demon creatures uh gets on the bedpost, like when she's
Hmm.
scared, and I was like,
And that's when she's
"Fuck
like a
is
kid
going
in
on?"
the orphanage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it's like you kind of get it, the idea that it's like a manifestation of some kind, like it's there and it's a presence even
they
early on.
sh they should make a movie kind of like that, except it's like supernatural like that.
Hmm.
Kind, I'm sure there's shit out there like that, but I mean, I
I
don't
can't remember
go.
off the top of my head, but did you ever see that movie? I think it was just called Mama. It was about like these
Oh
two
yeah,
little girls that get found in like a house in the woods, like abandoned, and they their mother is like a paranormal entity that's like in the
yeah,
house, and she's like a shadow creature.
that was an interesting movie.
Yeah,
I should go back
yeah, it
and
kind of
watch
reminded
that.
me of that.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of a newer movie, isn't it?
I think it's from like the early 2010s, maybe
Oh,
like
oh
2012,
shoot,
2014 or something.
my
I can't
timeline's all
remember.
fucked up, you know,
Oh,
because
dude, it
yeah, I'm
moves
like,
so
I
fast.
I think a freaking movies came out last year. It was 10 years ago.
I mean, I think of stuff like this as if it's still like current. Like like I'll think of movies like this and be like, "Oh, that's relevant," you know?
Yeah, we were gonna do the Frontiers also, but I never did get around. I have it still. I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. If you ever want to, then I'd be happy to come back on and
Yeah,
talk about that because
sure.
I love that movie.
Oh, you do?
And I want to show it to Chloe too. I was actually talking to her about it while we were watching Martyrs. I think for anybody that's not super versed in like the super harsh underground
Yep.
stuff, the
Just
like
kind
new
of.
French extremity is like a really good entry point.
Yep. It is.
Yeah.
I
But
would
yeah, she
say
wants to
so.
get into a little more of that stuff before I
I do too.
traumatize her with anything too stupid.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get on this train because I haven't seen too many of these movies. Maybe one or two or so.
Yeah.
But
It's a fun journey for sure. And
yeah,
nowadays too, it's like we're having that resurgence of like
yeah,
new releases of all this stuff. So
yeah.
it's like easier than ever to jump in.
It
It
used to be
used to
kind
be
of hard to
like,
find.
yeah, yeah, a lot of this stuff I had to collect. It was like I was really pinching pennies and like saving to try and be the one that like grabbed the eBay listing for like some old out of print DVD of something,
Yeah,
you know? And now it's like there's all these new nice releases coming through, but it's kind of fun sometimes to still have like the
old
old
copy.
DVD
Yep,
copies of rare things. Just
I
because it
get
feels
it.
almost like a badge of honor, like, ooh, I've got this piece of
I got it before
history.
this one came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blu-ray looks really nice on this one, I think.
Yeah, I was surprised at how well the DVD held up. I really want to see the Blu-ray transfer now, now that I watched it again.
I thought it was pretty good, but I don't know. I'm not too picky. I just kind of
Hmm.
watch it.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I guess.
I can watch like anything.
Yep.
I can watch like shitty degraded VHSs or whatever, like and just get something out of it for that, you know? Like it's kind of fun. It's kind of part of it.
Yeah, some of those are kind of like don't know what the hell's going on because it's too dark. The
Hmm.
lighting's not there or anything.
I remember reading this thing one time where somebody was talking about how the only way they had seen Alien when they were a kid was through a VHS copy that their dad had or something, and they used to watch it a lot, and it like freaked the hell out of them. And then they said they watched it as an adult on like a newer like DVD or Blu-ray copy, and they thought the horror of the movie was like completely ruined for them because it was only that dark because they were watching it on like a shitty VHS.
Oh wow.
So like they said
So it
that it wasn't
ruined it for
nearly
him.
as scary.
That sounds.
And I thought that was really funny.
I I guess that can happen.
Yeah, I think that's it just made me think like maybe that's part of the appeal for people that like really have a lot of nostalgia for like watching old like slasher movies and stuff on VHS because
Yeah.
when a killer pops out, it's like they really pop out because you don't see them coming, you know, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of those like really imbalanced like dark levels and stuff.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
But yeah, the anyway, this movie.
Yeah, this movie's actually really good.
Yeah, I
I
really
could
enjoyed revisiting.
I could have you could have made this one a little I mean it's extreme, yeah. But you could have
Mhm.
like for the torture stuff, well, I'm not gonna give it away, but uh they could have really amped it up, but they kinda
I think that the way they did it, it's especially going back now after seeing so much more of the extreme underground stuff where it's just all about like really visceral
yep.
in your face like gore effects and whatever. This one I thought was more punchy from more of a psychological
Yeah, it was.
place.
Yep. I get it.
Yeah, like I thought the like because some of the parts where you're seeing Lucy respond to like the trauma of the situation and like the despair and the weight of like what she's doing and stuff. It's just like a it's really harrowing, like gut punching stuff. Like
Yeah, it is.
it's really dark. And then for it to kind of it almost like when it goes between that kind of stuff and to the more like high concept, almost like melodramatic stuff, it's almost like a
Yep,
complete tonal shift.
it kind
Like
of
it
is.
just
Yeah,
switches on and off. It's wild.
it is weird, kind of. It's kind of cool though. How they
Yeah,
just,
yeah, there's something really neat about it. It almost feels like you're watching like multiple genre films in like one package or something.
I think that's what they wanted to do. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think this, believe this was in festivals and people were all probably ticked off about the
Mhm.
beating of, you know, women and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
New French Extremity was kind of crazy to think about what people were up against and sort of in terms of like cultural norms when they put some of
Yep.
this stuff out. But
It
even the did your Blu-ray have the introduction from the director?
uh check. I didn't watch it.
Because when when we watched it, it has an option to watch it with a an introduction from him, and it's only like a couple minutes or something, just like a little preface that he gives before the film. But
No, we well when I pressed play it didn't have any of
okay,
that.
because
Oh you yeah,
he
no.
seems almost like Pascal Laugier. He seems really kind of back and forth with it, which
Yeah.
I thought was really interesting. It's like on one hand he was like kind of even saying that really directly in it. He was like, sometimes I love this film and sometimes I hate this film and I hate myself for making it, that
Yeah.
sort of a thing. So I thought that was really interesting because I feel like that's a something you see with a lot of people, like directors, artists, whoever that like make this kind of stuff. Like there's kind of that constant back and forth of like the social pressures and values versus just being willing to like make something like more honest as a portrayal of like whatever's going on that you want to
Yeah.
put out there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that was really neat.
it's first time I watched this, well, a while long time ago, obviously now, but uh kind of freaked me out at the ending part because I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's really stark.
Yeah.
It's really it's kind of like of the time too, because I feel like even like extreme or like more hyper violent media now, it doesn't tend to go quite as like pitch black nihilistic as
Yeah,
this
it's
one
pretty
does.
nihilistic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just straight up like there's nothing. And then it's over suicide. And that feels very 2008 to me, like rewatching
Yeah.
it again. It's just like, man, everything was trying to go for that kind of a gut punch.
Yeah, it kind of stuck with me for a while there
Hmm.
whenever I found it. And I did watch it online at first and then because I couldn't find it anywhere, so I was like, what am I gonna do? Like
When was the first time that you watched it? Did you watch it back in the day or did you watch it like semi recently?
like 2 years after it came out, maybe?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because it's like I feel like it was especially effective like when it came out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it
Well,
definitely was like kind of ahead of the curve and stuff. Yeah.
I'm sure I could have picked up DVD, I guess, but I don't know if they even had it
Oh,
then.
yeah. Oh no,
But
I don't think there's any
probably
issue. I
not.
think people should just watch stuff however they can.
Well,
And
yeah,
then if they really care about it, they can figure out a way to support afterwards.
that's the thing. That's what yeah, you can watch it however you can and then if you like it. I mean kind of does kind of with the soul like tore tore yeah, you could tore it off. Torrent, that's what it is.
Hmm.
Or you could torrent it off online and then you don't pay for anything, but I feel
Yeah. I'm just
uh
like a physical media gremlin. I don't hold any kind of like standard or anything or like value around it. It's just
yeah,
like for me, it's like it's more of a thrill of the hunt thing. Like I think it's just
Yeah,
fun to like look for the movie, you know? And
it is. Yeah,
sometimes what I used to do, especially like nowadays, I'm like, okay, I really want to see this, so I'll like find it on streaming or find it online or whatever. But like uh when I was like really heavily collecting, it was like I would make a list of movies I really wanted to see and I wouldn't watch them until I found a copy and then got it
yeah.
because that would be like the ultimate like ooh, I
Reward. Yeah,
won, I got it, you
yeah. You
know?
get the reward. Yeah,
So it was just kind of fun, you know, to do it that way.
yeah. Well, I unfortunately don't have that kind of money. I mean,
Oh yeah, not
I'm
anymore.
sure I
It was like
could,
a
but
I do it like I get like one movie per paycheck and I just like do that and then now my shelves are so full I rarely like I'll do what we were talking about off air, like kind of dump some money into buying the catalog
yeah,
from some of these indie guys that I want to support, but like separate from that, like I don't spend a lot of time going out of my way to collect now except for when it's like festival time and I pick up maybe a handful of stuff like 5 new movies or something.
yeah, yeah. Well, back to that torrent thing. It's wrong. I think kind of it's wrong because you're taking away from the money from the directors, but like at the
Hmm.
same time, if you can't find it, what else are you gonna do? You gotta
Yeah.
you get if you want to watch that movie,
Well,
you're
I
either
guess
gonna
I guess for me it's like I would rather people like because people are more poor than ever now too. Like
yeah,
we're always stuck in like recessions and shit. So it's like I would rather people like to me just finding something and watching it, I don't know, maybe like cut down on like a
yeah,
streaming site that removed content or whatever is even less, even if the person is making some pennies off of it, it's even less of like it's less of a send up to yourself as a creator to have someone do it that way than to go out of their way to like find it on a
yeah.
torrent site and search for
That's
it
true.
specifically because they really want to see it, you know. That almost feels more special to me, but also
Kind
like
of, yeah,
I get like where people are with their different stances on it. I don't think there's like a right or wrong way or whatever, but for me it's like if I put art out into the aether, if it
yep,
gets around and people like it, that's cool. You know,
yeah.
like
I get it.
if
Yeah,
people see the stuff and they're like, "Oh, I really like that movie," like or like I really like that art or I really like that music or whatever. It's like at the end of the day, I think that's a little more important for just me and like what I like about art than like if someone bought my DVD copy of it. You know what I mean?
that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I know that's, you know, it's different when you're like very serious and you're trying to like make a
Well,
living
it's
off of shit, you know. That's
like if
way
you're
different
like
when it's
Hollywood or
business.
some shit.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like I
I
get it
guess
when people don't like the torrenting and the pirating. I'm not, you know, I don't pirate shit. Like if we torrent something, it's because there's no other way to get it, you know. But like
well,
uh
yeah. Technically, I didn't even
it's just
torrent
fun.
it, so I don't
Mm.
like doing that either. But uh, yeah, you just gotta. It's pretty cool how
Well, when you get this deep down into to like genre films and media and stuff though, you find a lot of stuff that's essentially like in danger of becoming lost media if
yeah,
people aren't sharing it around in
that's
like file
true.
sharing, you know. So it's like that's why I appreciate all the like bootleggers who kind of do I feel like that has a negative connotation, but I like the like people that are doing like the preservation effort kind of stuff with it. And there's a lot of
What was
people
his
that
name?
pop up and do that. So
I'm
I
just trying to
appreciate
think of
that
that.
stuff.
What was it? Who is that? Matt does some stuff like that. Sick on
Yeah, there's like
cinema.
Sin. I think Gero
Sinful
Queen might
preservation or
be about
something.
to do one too for like Cat 3 films because they can
Oh,
translate
really?
Japanese.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that.
Or like I said Cat 3 is Hong Kong, but you know they translate some Japanese films, so they're gonna do some
Oh, really?
Japanese films or something. But yeah. Um there's a bunch of little things like that, and I really appreciate labels like that that
Yeah,
are doing it for things that are just never gonna get that release
release.
treatment.
Yeah,
You know. I think people forget about the like role that bootlegging plays in like exposing other places to
yeah,
world cinema because it's like usually the reason that the stuff that ends up getting the official like license releases even happens is because somebody bootlegged it over, and then somebody who had the means to make it
Yeah.
got a hold of that copy, and then they were like, oh, this is worthy of getting like a good release. I'm going to do a
Yeah.
new transfer and an
That's
artwork
fair.
and blah blah blah,
Yep.
so it's
I
like
get it.
I think it's all just part of the same cycles.
Yep.
Everything
That's
plays its part, everything has its niche. So,
well put. Well put. I would have. Well, my mind's all boggled up, and I'm like, man, this guy goes deep, and I'm like, I'm not surface level with everything,
you're good,
but
man. I appreciate you, but you're all good.
but yeah. Uh, so let's see. Yeah, when she has that shot, excuse me, when she has that shotgun trying to get her revenge or whatever. I
Hmm.
thought that was I thought that shotgun had three barrels in it, but it does. At first I was like, damn, that's a triple axe shot pump axe shotgun. But nah, it's just
Yeah,
a
there's
regular
something
old.
there's something really brutal about the like double barreled
Yeah,
shotgun part,
yeah,
like especially the way they I think that was one of this is gonna sound super crazy, but this is the kind of movies we're into or whatever, but like that's one of the first times I can remember seeing somebody do like gun violence in a movie in a way that felt like splattery, like
yeah,
splatter film level, with like the way that they paint the white walls of the house with all the like blood
yeah,
drips and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of like layers of like kind of like grit to it, and the way they kind of like dirty up the house with like the crime scene when it's
yeah,
so pristine at first, I thought was really interesting. Yeah.
yeah. That that was interesting.
The triple barrel shotgun thing is funny though, because they're not like used in real life, because usually the designs were kind of like an experiment that like went awry. But if you ever look at those, like you can find like weird firearms history kind of channels and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff exists. Like there are like triple barrel
Oh,
shotguns,
really?
quadruple barrel shotguns, like
Ha.
stuff like that. But they're just like unwieldy and like too hard to use. So they just like don't end up manufacturing them in mass. But
Yeah,
you
that
can
would,
still find that stuff as like historical objects and whatever.
didn't Doom or something have triple barrel shotgun or something like that?
I
One of
think they've
those
got like a
games.
quad shotgun, like
Oh,
a
is that what it
quad
was?
barrel. Yeah. It's super crazy.
Yeah, 'cause you almost need like two triggers or something like that.
Hmm.
That'd
There
be
are
interesting.
some like old models of double barrels that do have the double triggers. They have like it's like a trigger for each barrel.
Yeah,
And so you had to like with your hand like manually switch when you wanted to use one or the other. I thought that was really interesting. Like old like hunting shotguns, like
yeah,
long barrel double barrels.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I watch a lot of YouTubers that do those gun enthusiasts and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like which one? Oh god dang. I'm drawing a blank, but I think dang it. I'm gonna freaking have to search this up because that's
Oh,
bothering
you're
me,
good.
but uh
I really like the guy that does the he like reviews video game guns. He's the guy from like the UK Royal Armory, and
huh,
he talks about like the realism versus kind of the like high concept, like silly fantastical elements they put on stuff. I always think that's really fun.
oh, here we go. Kentucky Ballistics.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the guys and what is that other guy's name? Oh, his name's Matt, but oh, Ranch. That's what it
Okay. I think I have watched a few
is.
videos from that.
So this umbrella company is pretty makes pretty good work. They're
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I think I might have like one or two Umbrella releases up on my Blu-ray shelf. I really want to get more though, because I have a region free player and it seems like everything they put out is super cool. Is that the same
yeah.
company that did the like really nice version of Martyrs that had like the lobby cards and all the artwork and shit recently?
Uh Well, I just got this like in December last or
Hmm.
this
I
year.
think
It
they might
gets
be the one that's doing like some cool deluxe editions of that stuff. I'm always like
oh they
holding out
might
to eventually
be.
replace and get one.
Yeah, it might be because I got it from Grindhouse videos.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe I don't.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm
only
really
really.
sad about Grindhouse clothing. I've gotten a lot of
Uh
my stuff from them over the years.
are they closing or because it
I
was
think
just
so.
are they really?
Or no,
That
no, no,
that
never
was
mind.
a
I think they're just going to online only
yeah, because
because they originally moved
Knox
locations, but now it's like,
Knoxville or Tennessee somewhere. They
mhm,
shut down their plant over there. I
yeah,
think they're still shipping through there or something. I don't know for sure, but I hope not. That's where I get all my stuff.
yeah, that's a super good site. Uh, and they're like small enough, but like really, they're like really about what they do. So it's like it's a
Yeah.
really nice place to support rather than like Amazon or something, you know.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
don't
used a Diabolic DVD at all?
I haven't used it, but I know of it. I look
Okay.
into like I look in the site. I just haven't ordered
Yeah,
anything yet.
Diabolic and Grindhouse when I was like collecting more frequently, those were like my favorite two to go through.
That's
Now I
where
try to like get stuff in hand at festivals and just like save some money and do
yeah,
it
I
all
don't
at once.
I've never been to a festival to be honest with you. So
Yeah. It's a fun experience, but if you can find one that's closer to you that isn't going to cost so much money, you'd probably get a lot more of a haul. But if you do come to Cinema Wasteland, we'll all hang out.
oh
A ton
yeah.
of people are trying to
That's
get
what I
around there.
look that's what I look forward to the most because I haven't met any of
Hmm.
the guys that I like all that stuff. But there's all these creators go to that one place usually.
Hmm.
Like 22 shots, moods and horrors. I like those guys a lot too.
I don't think I've watched any of that. I'll have to check it out.
Moods. Yeah. Uh what's his name? JP and Tyler.
Okay. I'll
There's
take a note.
uh they usually it's on Spotify, but good lord. Uh but recently they've been doing a live podcast. They got like
Hell yeah.
3 to 5 hour podcast. So that's what I usually
Nice.
listen to at work.
Yeah, I love that stuff. That's how I get through work days a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah. And then you can stop whenever and you're just next day go right back to it and it's right there.
Hmm.
but
I love long drawn out podcasts for that reason.
yeah, it's and they're really informational about all their
Hmm.
stuff like different shots and as aspheric. That's not the word. What am I trying to say? Atmospheric. Atmospheric,
Hmm.
is that even a word? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. They're about like the lighting and stuff and
Yeah, yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Get into the
And
nitty gritty, the technicals.
well Moots has his own like obviously his YouTube. Uh he uploads reviews and stuff and obviously the chairman of horror Mr. Parka. That guy's
Hmm.
he really he's made some movies, I think, like Headless and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
he's been in
think.
all kinds of stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, and
There's
he's
like stuff I have seen him in I didn't realize I had seen him in until after I like looked at what all he had been in and I was like, "Oh, I've seen that too." Like so
yeah,
I've seen him a few times.
I need to rewatch some of his stuff because I think I rated it too low because I was just not feeling it that day or something. But
Yeah. Well, my opinion on stuff changes a lot over time,
yeah,
especially when you get like new context on stuff or you like figure out more about it or like what it's trying to do,
yeah,
you know?
cool. Because at first Headless, I was looking. I know this is not even the episode of Headless, but at first I was like, "What the fuck are they really? Is there even a story to this movie, or
Uh-huh.
is it just gore?" You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's why I just
I really like Headless. That was one that really kicked it off for me, I think, when I kind of jumped in all this. But I had already seen Found first because one of my old bosses recommended it to me. And he was like, "Do you know about this movie that was also made in Indiana?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." And I checked that out, and then I knew Headless was like the movie in the movie. And then I
Oh,
found out
really?
about Headless like separately, and I was like, "Oh shit, they made a whole movie out of that. That's so cool."
I
So I
actually
was really excited to see that.
I didn't even know that Headless was he made it until way, way later when Goblin said something to me about rating it. He's like, "You had
Hmm.
that at a 2?" It's like, "Yeah, why?" And he's like, "Well, she should at least be a 3." I'm like, "Why?" Like, you didn't know that Mr. Parka uh made that movie? First time I've heard of it. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to.
he's in it. He's one of the characters. He's the like long haired stoner band guy
That's
girlfriend.
probably why I
He's
didn't
super funny.
recognize him because I'm
Yeah.
so used to having him have short hair and freaking muscles like the Hulk, you know?
Yeah, I thought he was so funny in that. There's some really funny bits like when the girlfriend's like about to walk out and go to work and he's like, "See, this is why it pays to have a big cock." And then she like comes back and slaps him or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so funny.
that is pretty funny. Well, should we come back,
Yeah, yeah.
take a break, and do another session?
Yeah, for sure.
Or yeah,
I'm at your mercy, brother.
okay. So we'll do one more. We'll be right back. At some point, I'm gonna upgrade to pro, so I don't have to freaking deal with it again. You know, it's kind of I don't like how they do it, but you gotta
You
make
probably
money
find a
somehow,
workaround.
huh?
You can probably find a workaround. Maybe we'll talk off air or something and figure out something that won't kick you off on sessions. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, well, we'll be right back, guys. And we are back at it
Hey,
again.
hey.
We are still talking about the same film. I just had to convert the last one. It doesn't when you're done, and it takes forever to do. So
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
that's why it took so long to come back. But
Oh, no worries. I was just scrolling on my phone.
yeah, I don't know why it does that. Could have done phone, but whatever. Yeah. Gosh darn it, cough. Um, you know, I'm not a big special features guy. I don't know why, for some
Mhm.
reason. Even though I
I
get
used
all
to
these.
watch way more. I rarely get around to them now, except for when it's like a movie I really really like or whatever. But it seems like everything's so jam packed. I should really pay more attention to them, and
Well,
utilize
my
that more.
problem is I'm just too damn lazy to do it. You know, because then
Yeah.
I go into it and I make notes, and it takes 2 hours to do, and then I never even look at the notes anyway. So
Hmm.
for me, it's all about not about how they do it. It's just the way, like how it makes me feel, like more than facts, Kind of one
Hmm.
of those guys. I like stories, but I could also go for some gore, you
Hmm.
know, kind of in the middle.
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I thought I would be more serious about possibly doing movie stuff when I got older. So I was like really, really paying attention to like the way that shit was made and what they did to do different effects and whatever. But I feel like I like doing uh like more like art and music and behind the scenes style stuff now. So it's
Yeah.
like not as much of a thing to
Well,
pursue, but I still like it from time to time. I just
yeah,
like it when it actually gets into the nitty-gritty or like the more like technical how-tos and stuff, because sometimes
yeah,
special features are more so like this is a great movie and
like
here's
yeah.
some memories and gags with the cast or whatever, like, and they don't really talk about much of anything.
Oh,
I like the really technical ones though.
like
That's
the
fun.
the like the Thing interviews, just Kurt Russell and God damn it, John Carpenter. They're just talking about. I mean, they're kind of talking about it, but
Hmm.
sometimes they're bullshitting around, and I'm like,
Hmm. Well, I guess all of it can be fun, but I like it when
yeah,
it's like at least varied, like I like having a release that has like separate categories for like the stuff that's more technical, the stuff that's like funny commentary, and then the stuff
yeah.
that's like gags, bloopers, deleted stuff or whatever. It's
Well,
nice
the
to
thing with
have it
the
all
thing
separate.
the thing with this movie is I don't really want to read everything that because it's
Hmm.
all in French. Probably, I'm guessing. I don't
Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure it
because
is.
because you already have to read the whole entire movie anyways. So it's
Hmm.
kind of more work to do than maybe what it's worth. I don't
The a
know.
lot of times too, it's really interesting. Sometimes you'll get like not like a native like NTSC port of a movie. You'll get like a region 2 or something, and the
Yeah,
movie itself will have like the English subtitles that you can put on, but then the special features don't have anything. So it's like if you watch
you're
them,
not
it's
gonna
just
yeah,
all going to be in the native language. Yeah.
you're gonna have to learn the language before you even get the damn thing.
Yeah.
But what other movies for the folks out there that we can look for with the French extreme or
There I think the first one, as far as I know, that like really like kicked it off that people count as the first of the like new French extremity is Baby Blood. Sometimes it's also called The Evil Within, depending on like where you find it or
The
buy
Evil
it.
Within.
Um, but I think Baby Blood's the like primary title for it. But that one's pretty cool. It's just like a gore movie about a woman who has like a monster baby.
Ah,
um, it's really interesting, but it's like the one that I see a lot of people, or at least I used to back in the day. I used to see people cite it as like the first of like the new
the
French
first.
extremity wave. So that might be worth it for people to check out. Um, I really like Frontiers as well, which we were talking
Yeah,
about maybe doing another episode on. Um, Martyrs is obviously a staple, but there's also a Inside from 2007.
I was just
That one
thinking of
has
that.
a Spanish language remake from like 2016. I'd say just to avoid. Uh,
That
there's
reminds me.
High Tension. That one's really good.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a part of that.
Or yeah, and sometimes it's called like Switchblade Romance, depending on where you're at region wise. But High Tension was the
I
like
gotta.
worldwide theatrical.
I was gonna say that kind of
Yeah.
theatrical. Me and
Yeah,
my
that's
dad
kind of I think
watched it.
why this stuff is like in the States is High Tension got
Oh,
so successful because
is that why?
Lionsgate picked it up. Yeah.
Well, Lionsgate used to be really horror based, and now they kind of
Mm-hmm.
not so much. I mean, maybe they do some, but
They still put out some good stuff, but it used to be like a factory, man. Like it was constant.
like
They were
Hostel and
always
stuff
putting
like
out
that.
cool stuff. Yeah, yeah. And even to like the straight to video market, because I used to find all kinds of awesome stuff through just like renting stacks at the family video, and there would be a ton of Lionsgate in there. Tons of really good horror. But
I don't know
yeah.
why. I used to just go back and forth. It's the same shit, and I never looked at anything. Well, I see all the covers that I want to see. I never picked it up, but
Hmm.
now that most of them are on, well, not most of them, but some of them are on Tubi, and that's where I like to watch some stuff. I haven't seen like just watch the Reanimator, that series over there.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, the first one is one of me and Chloe's favorites. She really, really liked that one when I showed it to her
I
for the first time. And we recently watched Bride, and I thought that was an
I just
awesome,
finished
awesome sequel.
I just finished that yesterday, last night
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, what'd you think of that one?
I thought it was pretty well made.
Hmm.
No one I haven't seen the 2003 one or whatever, the
Hmm.
Beyond the, but
Yeah, we haven't gotten to Beyond yet.
but I thought it was well made. Obviously, I thought the first one was way better, but that's
Hmm.
just me. And
Yeah.
when she or well, I can't remember what her name is, but she spills the whole thing of the whatever you
The
call,
reagent.
yeah. I thought
Yeah.
there'd be a big boss guy coming, but nah, it's not like that. I guess
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's as far as like sequels go, because it's always going to
Yeah,
be a little pale in comparison, but I think I was surprised at how fun it was and how many like over the
yeah.
top, like really cool scenes it had. It seemed like they really
Oh,
cared while they made it.
I think my favorite scene is where that guy the guy with the head and he's a bat and he makes
Yeah.
all these fucking creatures with hands
Yeah.
and shit. That was my
Yeah,
favorite
yeah.
part.
That was so cool.
Or like that girl that has like two sides of her. She's
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there were some awesome, like ingenious effect ideas in there. It almost got like so out there that it reminded me of like the tone of like Basket Case or like
yeah.
Basket Case 2 or 3 or something like that,
I've
which
only
I thought
seen the
was really
first
neat.
one, but
Got a little more like slapsticky and silly. Yeah.
yeah, it's a good movie too. Basket
Yeah.
Case. I haven't seen the
I'm trying to
second
think
or the
of
third
other
one, but
yeah, yeah, I need to get around. I had them on VHS and I finally sold them recently, but I've only watched them that way. I need to get some nice newer transfers of them so I can like really appreciate all the effects as they've aged.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of other new French Extremity movies to tell people to check out. There's um there's another good one called Trouble Every Day that's more of like a sexual psychodrama sort of a thing.
Huh.
One of those sorts of things. It's less about like overt horror and more about like weird like sexual tension, body horror kind of stuff, like self-mutilation kind of
Oh,
stuff.
I
Um,
like body horror.
yeah, yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah, actually,
drawing a blank
this
on
is for
others.
you guys and me because I'm still trying to look at different shit too.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's endless. There's just so much out there, man. So much. New French Extremity is nice though because it's I think most of them have had English language releases at this point, so it's
Oh,
like you
really?
can kind of get the whole like collection of that movement and enjoy
Is
that
there a
stuff.
collection of everything, or is it just piece by piece?
Not separate or not together, just like separate, but I mean it's just like kind of a easy little niche of film to like
Yep.
find all the pieces of. But yeah, there's more stuff. I'm just kind of drawing a blank. There's some newer stuff though. Some newer stuff that people kind of relate to it like Raw and Titany.
Hmm.
They're both by the same director.
That was
Her
on.
stuff is pretty
Yeah,
rad.
that was pretty popular too.
And Revenge was a pretty decent one too. It's just straight
Okay.
up called Revenge and it's just kind of like a rape revenge thriller with like some like really glitzy aesthetics and kind of that
Ah,
new French Extremity vibe. So
okay.
it's definitely worth checking out if you're into that stuff. But
I'm definitely.
yeah.
Well, I am. I don't know about you, but yeah, it's I wish the marketplaces weren't so damn high, or I would
Mhm.
pick a lot
I
more
get
up.
a lot of stuff more at more fair prices from like people that I find on like
Really,
Facebook pages or like Instagram and stuff. It seems like people are cooler on there. When
really.
you go to like eBay and stuff, it's like you know exactly what you're getting and you're protected to some degree, but it's also like obviously going to be more money, you know.
Yeah,
I used to like have to kind of balance that out, especially when I was on a very tight budget, but still wanting to try and
I'm
collect
all,
at least like one per pay period or whatever. So,
that's what I'm trying to do now because
mhm.
I've been saving up for Wasteland, but I'm like I realize I don't know if it's gonna work out, so I might just use all that money to get more movies
Yeah.
instead.
I mean, I don't blame you, man. That's a big chunk of change, especially if
Yeah,
it's going to be like a 1 day thing for you. So, I mean, whatever you can realistically do, but I mean, the online version of the community is always here, you know, which is cool.
yeah, yeah. It's I like physical releases too. It's
Hmm.
not to brag about like how many movies you got, like everybody's got fucking bookshelves of
Yeah.
shit, and I'm always jealous because I don't have enough, but it is what it is. It's
Yeah.
not about what you
Yeah.
have. It's
Yeah. I'll say it's just a dopamine cycle though. It's like
yeah,
once you
I get
get
it.
all that stuff, you're like, oh cool, I'm at capacity. What now?
Now you
You know,
gotta
so it's like
fucking
who cares? Yeah.
now you gotta sell some stuff so you can get more.
Yeah. It's like people come over and it's like at first they're like oohing and awing and then they're like, man, you spent a lot of money. Yes. Like
Yeah,
buying pieces of paper and plastic, huh? Yes. You know, so it's like it's kind of a collecting is fun because it's like cool if that's your thing, but then it can also be a self-own.
yeah, I get it. I might do that one per paycheck because uh, it's it's not that it's not that much unless you're getting a box set or something, but
Hmm.
it adds up pretty quick because me and my wife get paid every week. So, or I don't get. It's like I get paid one week, she gets paid another week. So, that's
Uh-huh.
pretty much every single
Yeah,
week I
Chloe and
could
I
get a
are back and forth like that, and it
yeah,
seems to work really well for us. But
yeah,
the like one movie pay period thing is like it's kind of a nice turnaround time because you have
yeah,
time to pick your movie, get your movie, watch the movie, appreciate the movie, and then it's time for another one. You know, like
yeah,
you actually get your use out of it and stuff. There was a time where I was collecting and I was just like trying to buy like cheap lots that had like a lot of the things I wanted for like a really good price and then like maybe a couple extra copies I've of stuff I already had and I would like resell those and
yeah,
kind of do that thing and flip them and stuff. But that's fun for a while, but I think it's more fun to just like really pick out and seek out that one thing you are really
yeah,
interested in seeing right now. You know, that's a lot of fun.
yeah. I thought about just going off a whim. Hey, I see a person over there. What are you doing over there? Looking for food? How about you hold on until I'm done? I'll make lunch. Can't? I don't know. Anyways, I was gonna do like kind of like a blind, like how you go to the video store and you look at a cover and it's cool, so you get it
Hmm.
because it looks cool, kind of at the video store.
Hmm.
I was gonna do that, but I'm like, I don't know if it's worth it. 'Cause if it's a piece of crap, then what are you gonna do? Sell it online,
Hmm.
and you don't know how long it's gonna be before it sells. So
Yeah. I have all kinds of stuff in my collection that I think is like shit, but I love like what the covers look like.
yeah,
It's like movies I did blind buy like that back in the day,
yeah,
you know. Sometimes that's just part of the fun though. I just love like cover arts though.
I
Obviously I
do
have a
too.
bias towards that, but like that's
Well,
like
obviously, yeah.
one of my favorite things, you know. Like I just love the covers. I get a lot of those art books where it's kind of just
Yep,
like a collection of like a decade of like posters.
yep.
Those are really fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, I've already said this in a previous episode, but Psychonaut's the one that did my art on for the whole
Like
podcast, I
your
guess.
thumbnail, yeah.
Yeah, thumbnail kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it
it's
was a
that's who did
fun
it.
piece.
You gotta, yeah, he makes. I'm sure if you ask him nicely now, he'll make you something. Maybe if you ask nice.
Yeah, I'm
But
always down.
jeez, mom's calling. I'm not answering. Uh oh, why?
I want to see what she's.
Why? Go over to the other room. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, one scene in this movie where they find this. I can't remember where they find her, but find downstairs where that. Oh, I'm not gonna ruin it, but they find this girl with I don't know what's on her head, but it's nailed to her skull. She's got
Hmm.
a metal plate on her, and Anna, uh, kind of a gruesome scene where she fucking has to use a screwdriver to get the staples out of her skull,
Yeah, yeah,
rip it off.
yeah.
So
It's
that's
like
pretty
blinding
gnarly
her,
part.
right? And there's
Yeah,
there's kind of like a gooey like film in there from where it's like set into the
yeah.
skin and stuff. Yeah, it's very nasty.
I don't know why they. I guess it's torture, but like, I wonder how long she's been there and if they were ever even gonna like check on her or she's just gonna die.
Yeah. Well, I think they were trying to martyr her. They were trying to get her to that point where they could see if she could see to the other side. And they talk about in the movie how the percentage of people that actually are able to successfully do that is like pretty incredibly low. And it's wild to think because it just makes the torture that much worse when you know that like the majority of those people just don't even make it through it to the point where they can be the means to the end of what they're even doing to these people, you know? It's pretty crazy.
Gotta pour another whiskey. Oh, grandma.
She
Oh,
said to talk.
oh.
She said to talk to her when you're done.
Okay. I spilled. Well, anyways, cheers to that.
Yeah, happy Easter.
All right. Anyways, what was I gonna say? So I wonder how they like pick how they're gonna like do the last like bit for their victims. You know, like the girl had that thing on her face, and I don't know what happened to Lucy, but I don't think we even know.
Well, from what the like actual organizational people talk about, it sounds like something that it's like literal experiments in sadism for like
Really?
years and years and years and years, and it's like they're trying to figure out what works and what doesn't, you know, to like martyr people based on like those
Yeah.
pictures that she's showing of the people with the like euphoric like death face in the photo album or whatever
Who the
in
hell?
the
Christian
files.
wants to come in. Trisha wants to come in. We'll let him in. We'll let him in. Just for a second. Hey, a special guest is coming in. We'll see what he's got to say. Do you think he even knew that he was going to come in?
What's up?
Oh, it's the Bones,
What's
man.
up?
I was like, Christian's coming in. What the hell?
Why are you
What'd you
Christian?
say?
Yeah, why are you Christian?
I joined on this real quick. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I use Christian's Zoom because he pays for it and I don't.
Jesus
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah.
What's
like,
up?
who the hell is this?
I don't know. I just joined randomly. There was no information on what the Zoom link was gonna be, so I just clicked on it.
Well, I couldn't do it on
We're just talking
Matt.
about Martyrs.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you guys doing a
It's
podcast?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Why'd you put it in public?
Because I couldn't do it in message for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, it wouldn't let me paste or anything.
Okay, well there's a troll. Martyrs is great.
Yeah, Martyrs is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're a
Well,
special guest.
Yeah. Special guest.
yeah, I'll just drop by. I always do that all the time. Just walk inside the door. How you doing, kids?
You're fantastic. You got a beer in hand? You got
Nah, iced tea for now. Just woke up not too long ago, to be honest.
Oh,
So
what's wrong with you? You gotta wake
yeah.
up with a brewski in hand.
they're all gone, man.
They're all gone. Gotta wait
Yeah.
till next paycheck.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. Long story with that, but
Yeah.
oh shit. That's this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Martyr's pretty
Well,
good, huh? What do you
Yeah.
think about it? What do you got
What
to
I-
say?
Yeah, what do you think
yourself?
about Martyrs, Bones?
I love Martyrs. I think Martyrs is a classic. I'm not in love with it as most people. I think that the torture scene drags on a little too long personally. But
Yeah.
besides that, yeah, I like the concept. I like the killing yourself and the not getting an ending. If we're spoiling it, if we're not spoiling it, I'm sorry.
Well, we're not going to, but we are now.
Yeah. We've
No.
spoiled plenty.
Well,
Yeah,
by the time it's 2008, if you haven't seen it now, you know what? Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
it is true. It
You
is
know.
true. It's like the one that gets everybody into it anyway. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
okay.
do have an American made one, but I don't think that's as good as this one.
I haven't seen it. My little brother saw it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah. I'm probably just not gonna waste the time on it.
Well,
I
good.
hate watched the remake of Inside and it was awful.
Oh, there's a remake on that too.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know they remade that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the only
that's
reason was I just like saw it offhand one day and I was just like, what? And I read the back and I was like, it is a remake. No. And I was like, I have to watch it and hate it so much. And I did.
You know who I thought was gonna come in here was Goblin, because he was like, time to creep in.
time to troll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I just me old special me.
Just
How's the movie going, Mr. Bones?
Oh, a lot of shit happened, man. Yeah, I haven't updated you on anything, but a lot of life stuff happened. So that's postponed, but it's gonna
Oh man.
start back up now that shit happened because I wasn't gonna be able to go to October Wasteland because of all the shit, but we're going anyway. And a bunch of
Okay.
stuff happened, but yeah, should have a couple projects to sell there too, hopefully, and
Nice.
also promote the new one and sell posters
Is
of your beautiful art.
how
Ooh,
is
okay.
are you doing a short for the the Bible thing, or is that Christian?
Oh, I already finished that. Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I did a short call for the Book of Numbers for White Gardenia's Bible thing. And yeah, Christian edited the entire like first half. The first half of the Bible thing's done. But then there's a special a contributor that a lot of people are gonna be shocked by for the end of the Bible short. That's why we're postponed that one to
Oh.
get this guy on board and just to let everybody know
I'm on
just because
board. Oh no,
yeah just because I work with him doesn't mean I support what he does on camera. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well, that doesn't narrow it down at all.
yeah, no, it doesn't.
No,
but
I know exactly what's
Damn,
going. No,
Lucifer.
no, I'm joking. I know what you're talking about. So.
Damn,
Okay,
Lucifer
good.
Well, cool.
Valentine's back.
Fucking dude, the fucking there's a Instagram of
It's
Lucy B
literally
that
like it's
follows
50-50.
me. Yeah,
50-50.
it is 50-50. But
Which one is it?
there's an Instagram of Lucy V that follows me, and I still don't know if it's him or not. Like, there's some shit on there where I'm like, is this the real Lucy V or not? Like, I'm not sure.
No, there's two. One of them's real. One of them's the meme account.
One of
It's
his
like
meme.
Big Daddy Biro.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy
It's
Byro.
essentially an offshoot of that, I think.
Yeah, I love the whole Daddy Byro Instagram account. Fucking
Yeah.
yeah, he just asked to join the fucking Quality Violent Cinema group on Facebook. We accepted him,
Pity.
of course.
Okay. Gotta finish pouring this son of a bitch.
You're drinking Natty Light.
I
Fancy,
gotta
man.
do it because we're fucking poor as shit, okay? Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to lose some weight too. You got the Natty Light. Yeah, you drink
Yeah,
60
I
of
can't
them.
even
It's the
afford
same
that. I just do
What?
crack.
thing.
Oh, that's fair.
It's so cheap here.
I bet.
Cheap,
Yeah.
It probably is.
It's
But
like
yeah, no,
I could get a
it's
12 pack,
usually
or I could get like a $5 rock.
$5 rock. It's fair.
Jesus Christ.
That's what you get when you sell your DVDs, then, huh?
Yeah, crack.
I sell them on the street, like on the corner. Just like
That's
tweaking out
hilarious.
on the corner with the DVD in hand. I'm just trying to flag down cars. I'm like scratching.
You want some? You want some porn? Oh yeah.
Have you seen that clip on YouTube with the I don't remember what his name is. It's like Pimp Bling Bling. He's a black guy with missing teeth.
What?
Yeah. It's
No, I've never seen that.
oh
I'll
no.
check out
10 minutes.
I'll check out Pimp
Okay.
Bling Bling.
Yeah. Pimp Bling Bling.
I'll take a note down so I don't forget to check out Pimp Bling Bling.
It's hilarious.
I will remember. I'll listen to this
I think
episode
it's
after.
Pimp Bling Bling. I can't remember what it actually is, but I remember seeing it.
If it is something so normal, like it's just his name, like Jerome or something, and you thought it
No,
was
it's
Pimp
not.
Bling Bling, that would have been amazing.
He's like I can't remember what he says. I used to watch it nonstop because it's so funny. I'll have to find it. Send the link out.
Oh yeah, send that shit to me. I'm excited to see what that actually consists of. Yeah, I always tell this story too because what my grandpa was when he was dying, he had a thing called word salad, so he would confuse like concepts and words. And he was telling me like, bro, fucking porn came on the TV and I fucking couldn't find the goddamn remote. And I was trying to fucking change it. I just sit there and watch porn all day. I'm like, what are you talking about? Porn doesn't come on cable. We had a 5-minute conversation. You're like, yeah, two blacks shooting at each other. I'm like, well, that's not porn, Grandpa. What are you talking?
Might be porn to
Jesus
him.
Christ. Oh my god.
It was pretty funny. And with that fucked up story, I'll leave y'all. I just wanted to pop on
What's
real
up to you?
quick.
Okay.
That's
Well,
funny.
thanks for giving us your 2 cents on Martyrs. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Special guest appearance. It was a surprise guest appearance.
Okay, yeah, I was totally surprised. I was like, Christian's coming in? No way. Christian wouldn't do
It was a
that.
double whammy.
It was a double whammy. Yeah, I speak behalf of him, and whatever I say should not be taken to myself. It's just what Christian told me to
It's
say.
just for Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say
Okay.
something really heinous.
Yeah,
I could just start bleeping shit.
I don't even know how to do that, so it's just gonna go on probably. No, I'm just kidding. Oh God,
Okay.
get it.
Okay. Well, I love you fuckers. Have a good day and have a good
Yeah, you
episode.
too. Yeah.
Mwah.
Get me updated. All right. Anyway,
Oh,
well,
God.
we've got 7 minutes. What are
7.
your cliff notes on Martyrs? What stuff you want to talk about with the rest of our time?
Oh well. I mean, it doesn't have to be the rest of the time. There's. Oh man, that girl kind of freaked me out. That old lady.
Oh yeah. Which
was
one?
like-
The one they find, or the one that was from like the flashbacks?
No, the one that tells you about the martyrs and everything.
Oh,
She's
gotcha.
sitting down.
Okay. Yeah, like the head of
Like-
the organization or whatever. Hmm.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, never mind. I know what happened to her. Never mind.
Yeah. I liked that the scope kept expanding, where it was like at first it seemed like it was just some crazy psycho torture porn shit, and then it turned into like the oh, is it like a religious cult? And then it turned into like, oh, it's like a mix, it's like a high society, like an
Yeah.
elite tier where it's like they're mixing like science and religion to try and like find more information out about like the way that life works, and like
Yeah.
the afterlife and the meaning of life or whatever. And then yeah, like, and so they're like making it permissible to like do all this torture. I thought that was a very interesting plot.
You
Yeah.
can call it Scientology. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like really wild, like high
I don't.
concept type of like bordering on
It's kind of
sci-fi
what I thought.
speculative fiction shit.
It's what I would have thought that satanic would be like, but it's I don't really know. I
Yeah.
mean, I know enough, but not quite. Not quite.
Yeah, they're looking for life on the other side by
Well,
any
that's what
means
I would
necessary.
like in my imagination. That's what I would think that would be like. But
Mhm.
I don't think it's actually as brutal as it seems. But I don't know. I'm not a religious guy usually. My wife is kind of, but I just go with the flow.
Yeah.
What did you get? Yeah, it's a really good psychological movie
Hmm.
on how you can be dragged into a cult, but you don't even really know, you know?
The I really like the just that whole concept, the thing that kind of makes it an extreme film at all, like that whole using trauma as like reinforced trauma as the
Yeah.
like gateway to like that higher understanding or that like elevated state. I thought that was very interesting. And it's just such a pitch black subject matter. It's so dark.
Yeah.
And I like
Well,
my
by
DVD copy has this quote on the front. It's like one of the most ferocious horror films ever made, and it's from fearnet.com. And I remember when that was like one of
oh
my
wait.
main sources for
Oh,
finding
no.
this kind of stuff.
Let me see. Oh, I didn't even see the back of this. There's nothing. Well, maybe I should. I don't. Well, you can kind of see. I don't want to see show tits, but there's a girl with a. Maybe if I put my finger over it, it'll justify. But like, you
Yeah, yeah.
can see it. You know.
Hmm.
Oh. Ah,
That old poster. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
it's cool that it's got both of them on the
yeah.
inside like that. That's really neat.
I think this is on Tubi actually. To be honest,
Hmm.
I think it is, but I thought it was a remake. But I think it's on
Well,
Tubi.
even if it is this one, it's probably edited pretty severely because they cut a lot of content now for,
On Tubi.
violence and sexual stuff and
Oh,
whatever.
they do
Yeah.
that on Tubi. They do.
Hmm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because it was like my favorite streaming service for a while, but they've gotten to that point where they've gotten big enough that it's getting more like corporate now and more like profit oriented. So like all the stuff is starting to get cut down
Watch.
and weeded out.
You watch. They're gonna fucking start charging people.
Yeah,
About
I
the
would. I
world.
mean, I wouldn't be surprised, and then it's just going to be moving on to the next one that's more like underground and supports the
Uh,
like lower tier cinema indie stuff.
I saw some shit on Facebook, but I don't know what it was called. It's kind of like the same thing, but I don't think many people know what it is. It's like the same thing almost, except it's not like
Yeah, there are a few other good ones out there that don't get a lot of recognition, but they're worth checking out if people can get around to them. I think one that I really like, and I haven't checked in on it in a while, so I don't know if it's still active, but there was one called Midnight Pulp that was really good.
you know.
And should definitely
Okay,
check that one out if you're into
I haven't heard that.
different genre cinema, because it's not all just like straight horror. There's all kinds of different indie and
Huh?
underground and world cinema stuff on there.
I've heard that before. I don't remember where, but
Yeah. Yeah, but Midnight Pulp's cool. I think they have a an Instagram page as well, so you can check them out on there too. Or at least they did the last time I kept up with them. Yeah.
I'm sure they do. Everybody does nowadays. But,
Yeah.
yo,
Well,
you got any shout outs or anything, or any upcoming shit? We got
yeah, I'm just gonna be working on more artwork to get products ready to sell at Cinema Wasteland. I'm gonna try and be more of a presence there and have kind of like a lifestyle brand for people that are into like underground movies, extreme movies, transgressive literature, art, whatever, and just want to kind of be a lifestyle brand for that. I'm gonna do pins, patches, artwork, prints, all kinds of stuff like that. Books, whatever. But no major shout outs besides everybody that's in the community already that we
Yeah.
all know and love. So, all the same people
I
as
would
usual.
hope,
But
yeah.
shout out to you for getting your podcast off the ground and doing all this
Oh,
stuff
shit.
and getting these episodes going. And yeah.